Okay, shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Okay, all right. We're going to have to move on, guys. All right. Okay, so let's think. Okay. How many of you guys have ever seen what a millimeter looks like? Who knows how big a millimeter is? Okay. Is it big? Is it small? Tell me. How big is it? Sia? No problems. Sia, what do you think?
Ma'am, I think it's small.
Do we think it's small? Do we know it's small?
I know it's small, ma'am.
Yes, okay, we know. It's very tiny, right? It's very,
Yes.
very tiny. Okay. Now, if I have to compare a millimeter to a centimeter, which one is bigger, a millimeter or a centimeter, guys? Which one is bigger? Etoken says a centimeter, so does Lizwi, and okay, everybody says centimeter, good. That's because for every 1 centimeter I have, how many millimeters do I get? For every 1 centimeter, I get, how many millimeters do I get for 1 centimeter, guys? Thanks, Kangwa and Gracious, excellent. It's 10, guys, 10. Have a look here. Okay. So if I get 1 centimeter, that's the same as me counting 10 millimeters. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, when I want to measure something that is really small, what would I use? What would I use? It's this, right? What do we call this? Put the answer to this in the chat. What is this called? We should all know what it's called. Yeah, Namashri, that's an easy one. It's an easy one. It's a ruler, right? Pretty easy. We all should have one of these, but you guys would be surprised, the boys at our school. Sure. Okay, a ruler. And we know that a ruler is measured in, there are 2 measurements on our rulers, guys. Can you tell me in the chat, which 2 measurements do we have on a ruler? Good, Tahila. It's centimeters and millimeters. Exactly. Ooh, Kama said meters. Definitely not. And Ruvua said we have mom and centimeters. So you guys need to be careful. I know, Inati, I saw it too. Okay, millimeters and centimeters. Excellent. Now, I wonder, guys, that's okay, my sweetie. Okay, I wonder, guys, have you guys ever seen this thing? Have you guys seen this before? It's really nice and big. Sia says it's seen it at school. Tando's never seen one before, but you can tell that it's a measuring device, right? Nomahibi says my teacher uses it. That's about right. Okay, because I'm a teacher and I should have one. Good. Ah, somebody already caught on. Yes, Rolivua, that's exactly what it's called. Does anybody know, anybody else have ever seen what this thing is called? What is it called? Somebody else called it a teacher ruler. It's not a teacher ruler. What is it called, guys? It's not called a big ruler, Kaden. Trust me. It's not a big ruler. Good. Kangwa's got it. Excellent. It's called a meter stick. It's not a teaching ruler, guys. It's called a meter stick. A beating ruler. Guys, I hope your teachers are not beating you up still. Inati, what's going on at your school? I hope your teachers are not beating you. That's very illegal. They're not supposed to be doing that. Okay, they're not supposed to put their hands on you. Okay, it's called a meter stick. Okay. Yeah, guys, they shouldn't be doing that at all. Okay, it's called a meter stick and it's used to measure exactly what we think. Okay, it's used to measure meters. Okay, it's used to measure meters. Okay, now guys, I need to ask you, if I had to measure the size of a book, what would I use? Would I use kilometers to measure a book? Tell me in the chat, everyone. Would I use kilometers to measure a book or to? Mutabang says no. I wouldn't use kilometers. What would I use, guys? Good. Nomakibi says I would use a ruler. Okay? I wouldn't use kilometers. I would use centimeters. Right. Excellent. Okay. I would use centimeters. Good. All right. Now, let's say, for instance, I wanted to measure the size of my classroom. Okay. From one end of my classroom to the other end. Would I use centimeters? Zenani, what do you think? What would I use to measure the size of my classroom? Tell me.
You would use centimeters.
Okay, if I had to use centimeters, let's think about it. That means, remember, my ruler measures centimeters, right? So imagine me sitting on the floor of my classroom, calculating, and remember, my ruler only uses like 30 centimeters at a time. So I'll have to walk around with a marker and go, 30 centimeters, and then move again, and then go, another 30 centimeters. That would be too much, right? Think about the length of my classroom, right? But when I tell you that if I measure a meter, the meter is almost the same as taking one big step with my foot. Do you think I can measure my classroom if I count how many steps it takes me to get from one side to the other side of my classroom? Does that make a bit more sense?
Yes.
So what would I measure a classroom in? What kind of measurement?
Meters?
In meters. Yes, in meters, absolutely. Okay. All right, we can calculate it in meters. That makes sense. Now, guys, if I had to measure the distance from my house to the mall, would I measure that in centimeters? No. What would I measure it in? Good. I would measure it in kilometers. Okay. I would measure it in kilometers because kilometers are huge, they're big, and I'm going to have to jump in my car and drive all the way to the mall. So imagine if I had to now measure it in centimeters, it wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make sense to me at all. Right? So we need to be able to tell what we are measuring in. Okay. Now, guys, what we're actually doing here, when we're going from kilometers to meters to centimeters and meters, we're actually multiplying by a factor. And I know that you guys know this factor. Okay, we're gonna start with 1 kilometer, right? I want to ask you guys in the chat, Emmanuel, what if the mall is next door? I don't know anybody who still lives next door to a mall, because malls are huge and they have parking areas. So there's, I don't think you'll be able to live next door to one. If you do, you're very lucky. You're very lucky. You guys live right in the parking lot. Well done. Okay. Teacher Kat, can you help Dimple out, please? Okay. All right. I need to ask you guys, for every 1 kilometer that I have, how many meters do I have? For every 1 kilometer, how many meters do I get, guys? Well done, Kaden. Inati, have a look again. How many meters? It's not 100, guys. Thank you, Etoken and Imi and Caroline Nontando. Well done. It's 1,000 meters. Okay. Now, I need to ask you guys, in order for me to get from kilometer to meter, what did I do? How did I get from 1 kilometer to 1,000 meters? How did I get from 1 to 1,000, guys? What did I do? I didn't divide, that's for sure. How did I get from 1 kilometer to 1,000. I multiplied. How much did I multiply by? I multiplied by 1,000. Good. I multiplied by 1,000. Excellent. Okay, good. I multiplied by 1,000. Well done, guys. Now I'm going to switch this up a little bit. I'm going to say, if I have 1 meter, how many centimeters do I have? 1 meter is the same as how many centimeters, guys? Tell me in the chat. Well done, Rolivua. And Kangwa, excellent. It's 100 centimeters. Good, it's 100 centimeters. Now, I'm going to ask you guys again, how did I go from 1 meter to 100 centimeters? What did I do? Good, I multiplied. Okay, for those of you who are saying divide, remember I'm going from 1 meter to 100 centimeters, which means I multiplied by 100. Good. All right, and I'm going to switch it up again. Yeah. Okay. If I have 1 centimeter, how many millimeters do I have, guys? Excellent. I have 10 millimeters. Good, 10. And then I'm going to ask the question again. How did I get from 1 centimeter to 10 millimeters? What did I do? Good. I multiplied by 10. Good. I multiplied by 10. Excellent. Okay. I'm glad everybody's getting that idea, but we're not done. Okay. Because our original question said that I had 1 kilometer. Now, remind me again, guys, if I have 1 kilometer, how many meters do I have? Good, Caden. Gracious check again. Well done. I have 1,000 meters. Good. And that's because I multiplied 1 kilometer by 1,000, and that gave me meters. Okay. But guys, if I have 1 kilometer, how many centimeters do I have? So I want to go from kilometer all the way to centimeter. Okay. Now, in order to get that, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go 1 times 1,000 times 100. How much is that? So we can even put it so nicely with a little comma in the middle for us so we can actually count. Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting your zeros, guys. Okay, excellent. You guys did it correctly. That is 100,000 centimeters that are in 1 kilometer. Okay, now, if I have 1 kilometer, how many millimeters do I have? So what I'm going to have to do to find that out is I'm going to have to take 1 times 1,000 times 100 times 10. And that's going to give me 1 million. Excellent, guys. 1 million. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 millimeters. Now, imagine, guys, imagine calculating the distance from your house to the mall in millimeters. Imagine just like counting every single millimeter. You're going to have to count for every 1 kilometer. You'd have to count like your 1 million millimeters. And then for the next kilometer, another million millimeters. Sure, it will take just forever and ever. Right. My neighbors will laugh at me. Yes, Ndene, I can't believe that. They'll be like, did you see that crazy person down the street busy with a ruler counting from their house to the mall? Okay, so now we're going to do the opposite of that. Okay, to get from 1 million millimeters to 100,000 centimeters, what did I have to do, guys? How did I go from 1 million to 100,000? What did I have to do? Good, Gundo. I'm dividing by 10. Excellent. Okay. And then to get from 100,000 centimeters to 1,000 meters, what did I have to divide by? I know you guys know that I'm dividing. What am I dividing by? Well done, Caroline. I'm dividing by 100. Yeah. And then to get from 1,000 meters back to 1 kilometer, what did I divide by, guys? Excellent, Etoken and Caroline, well done. I'm dividing by 1,000. Okay. Excellent, we're dividing by 1,000. Okay, now I want you guys to tell me in the chat, thumbs up, thumbs down. Are we okay with measuring from one to the other? Okay, because if you're not okay, this is the time for you guys to ask a question, because we're going to start looking at questions. Okay, Sanya says is in the middle. I want you guys to copy this down, and I did tell you that you're going to need to take a screenshot today. You're going to need to take a screenshot of this, because this is very important. Okay, not so much the numbers. Okay, the numbers are not important. The kilometers to meters to centimeters to millimeters, and then the millimeters to centimeters to meters to kilometers, that part is very, very important. Okay. Now, I want you guys to notice. Okay. Do you guys note, and you guys have told me, that between a millimeter and a centimeter, which one is smaller? Which one is smaller? Between a millimeter and a centimeter. Which one is smaller? The millimeter. Okay, good. So when I go from a small measurement to a bigger measurement, I need to divide. Okay. And when I go from a big measurement to a small measurement, what do you guys think I'm going to do? I'm going to multiply. Good, spoken clear. I'm going to multiply. So watch here. When I go from centimeter to meter, because centimeter is smaller and meter is bigger, I'm going to divide. But when I go from kilometer to meter, kilometer is bigger, and I'm going to something smaller, I'm going to multiply. Okay. Are you guys with me here? I am going to remove this off the screen because I'm going to scroll up. Okay. So I hope you guys have all of this down, because I'm scrolling now. This is the exercise we're going to be doing. Okay. Everybody, you've got 5 minutes. Okay. Let's look at the first one quickly so you guys don't forget. I'm going from a big one to a small one. So I'm going to multiply, but from centimeter to millimeter, I multiply by 10. Okay. So 2,08 times 10 is going to give me 20,8 millimeters. Okay. When you're done, please type chat in the done form. Wait, please type done in the chat for me. Oh, guys, yeah. No.
The cat can't keep the composure. I'm very sorry. Ooh.
Yo, please type chat in the done for me. Guys, I'm tired. It's been a long day. Okay, guys. Oh, Siyabonga, no. All right, guys, let's focus on the exercise. I know. Thank you, Gracious. But by the way, Gracious, you were supposed to type chat, not done. The English, it divorced me. It divorced me. I don't know. It broke up with me. I don't know what happened to me in the English. We're fighting. Thank you, Nomashubi. Thank you, Danae and Onka. Thanks, Imi. Mutawang also says, chat, awesome guys. Remember to type chat in the done when you're finished. Thank you, Sia. Buche, just tell me in the chat with a yes or a no. Is your hand up because you want to answer a question? Okay, cool. Just keep it there for me, my sweetie. You know what, Amy? I think we're gonna make it a thing, just so I can keep from embarrassing myself. Awesome, guys. Awesome. All right. Okay. Everybody else, you can also put your hands up if you'd like to answer one of the questions. I think we're going to start with Buche. Buche, you're going to take it away with 1B for us. Okay. Hi, Buche.
Hi, ma'am.
All right. So I'm going from centimeter to meter. So I'm going from small to big.
Small
what am
to
I going to
big.
have to do?
Yeah, okay. We're going to times it by 1,000.
I think we've got the wrong idea here. Have a look again at your screenshot. Remember, you have to have written it. We're going from centimeter to meter. So what are we doing? We are
dividing
by.
We're dividing. We are dividing 100.
Good, by 100. So 489 divided by 100 is
489 divided by 100 is 4.89.
good. So 489 centimeters is the same as 4.89 meters. Okay, Buche, remember I told you that little thing that we just did at the top there. It's very, very important. So you must use it as a reference. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, excellent. Okay, keep trying. Love you for trying. Sanye, let's do the next one for me, my sweetie. Okay, so we're going
ma'am,
from
it's
centimeter to millimeter. So
centimeters to it's times 10, ma'am.
Excellent, times 10. We're going from big to small. So 45,5 times 10 will give us how much?
455, ma'am.
Excellent. You did that so beautifully. Very well done, Sanya. Amazing. Well done. All right.
Yes,
Mbali, you're going to do the next one. Let's do the next one. Hi, Mbali.
Hi, ma'am.
All right. So what am I going to do? I'm going from centimeter to millimeter. What am I doing?
I think you're timing.
By how much?
By 10.
By 10. Good. We're timesing by 10. So 32,45 centimeters is going to equal to?
It's going to be 32.
Bali, we were supposed to work these ones out. Good. 322. If you're stuck, Spoguche has given you an answer in the chat. Have a look.
It's 324.
324,5. Okay, excellent. Well done, Mbali. All right, Apelele, let's do the next one. Hi, Apelele. Okay, we'll come back to you, Apelele. Hold on. Maya, let's do the next one, my sweetie. Oh, Maya's gone. Inati, are you there? Somebody speak to me. Hi, Inati. Hi. All right, I'm going from centimeter to meter. So I'm going from small to big. What do I need to do?
Multiply.
Ooh, I'm going from small to big. So I need to
Or divide
divide by how much?
by 10. 100.
Mm,
100.
we need to go have a look at our graph again. So divide by 100. So 903 divided by 100 will give you
9,3.
9,03. That 03 is very important. Meters. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, Maya, let's do the next one, my sweetie.
Hi, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going from, hello, my sweetie. I'm going from millimeters to centimeters. What do I need to do?
Divide by 10.
Excellent. So 31 meters or millimeters divided by 10 will give us
3,1.
good. 3,1 centimeters. Very well done, Maya.
Thank you,
Excellent.
miss.
All right. Gracious, let's do the next one.
Yes, ma'am. You do 47 divided by 10.
Excellent, because we're going from millimeters to centimeters. What's 47 divided by 10, Gracious?
4,7 centimeters, ma'am.
Excellent. Oh, so beautifully done. Amazing stuff. Well done. Well done. Okay, Apelele, I'm going to try one more time. Ask you to unmute. Can you unmute, my sweetie? No unmute. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to do the last one here quickly. All right, guys. So I'm going from meters to centimeters. So tell me in the chat, guys, what am I going to do? Can somebody tell me? Thank you, Nomatlubi. Excellent. I'm going to multiply by 100. Excellent. So if I multiply by 100, what am I going to get? I'm going to get 1,124 centimeters. Okay. Excellent. All right. Onami, do you want to do 5A with me? Hi, Onami. Hello. All right. So I'm going from centimeters to meters. What do I need to do?
Divide by 100.
By 100. Good. So what's 92 divided by 100? 0,92 meters. Okay. Well done. Well done, Onami. Okay. Excellent. Lawrence, do you want to do this last one for me, my sweetie?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your name is not Lawrence. I know this. What is your name, my sweetie?
Aliona.
And Diona. See? Whew. Okay. Well, we'll have to change that. All right. I'm going from millimeters to centimeters. What do I need to do?
Ma'am, we have to divide
By
10.
Excellent. So what is 42 divided by 10? And Diona?
4,2 centimeters.
Excellent. Very, very well done. Amazing stuff. Okay. All right. Let me get a thumbs up, a thumbs down. How are you guys doing with these questions? Excellent. Jaden, I'm very glad that you're understanding. Okay. Apelele, my sweetie, I see your hand is up. I do need you to unmute if you have a question when we ask you to unmute. Okay. Otherwise, we cannot speak to you. Who said I'm so smart, OMG? Gracious. Gracious, you are smart. You've always been smart. Okay.